most people don't actually come to terms with the tragic loss of their youthfulness. When you start sacrificing yourself for the people you love, you end up hating the people you sacrificed yourself for. And in this stage, also, we are able to accept tragedy and loss without anger and the rage that we used to feel before, because you've seen like people die, and also you've come into terms with your own mortality. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I still continue with the conversation that we've been having in the previous episodes, and today I'll just be tackling mid adulthood, which is like 40 to 50 years old. Anyway, before we do that, this is a channel where we talk about a lot of things, but mostly money. I talk about budgeting, saving, investing, and also things to do with being an international student in Australia. So if those are things that interest you, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share. I also do some content on like self-improvement, and I think this falls in that because it's just us trying to understand the human life cycle, and I've been doing that in previous episodes. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the mid adulthood, which is like 40 to 50, is like one of also the most precarious periods of our time. It's almost the same as adolescence. You remember how precarious and bewildering adolescence is at a time of stress and like a lot of changes. So even in your 40s and 50s, it's a time of transition, and it comes to everyone. That feeling of anxiety is part of being human, and this stage usually calls for all the self-development. The resources we've been able to develop, we call upon them this time because we need them. It's also another time of midlife crisis. So yeah, let's see what happens in this period. So basically, this is a time to take stock of your years. You no longer assume youthfulness. You know that old age is creeping in up on you, and you no longer take things for granted. You realize that youthfulness is passing by and there's nothing you can do about it. You realize that you've lived the first half of your life and time is coming to an end and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm telling you, being human is just a crazy, it's a crazy extreme sport. And there's a saying that someone said, like, Ati, you should be happy you're out of danger. And the person asked him, how can I be out of danger? I'm still alive. Like it's a constant sport. This is a stage where you realize that, wow, I'm mortal and I'm going to die. So, what do I want to do with the rest of the time that I have left? It just sounds like a stage where you are in turmoil. You feel you're also in some sort of midlife crisis. You remember the midlife crisis that you had in your 30s to 40s. Now, this one is worse because you realize you're mortal, you realize you're gonna die, you've been around dead, you've seen people die, so it's also hitting you and it's coming close. Like, ugh. In this stage, worldly accomplishments, physical accomplishments have been attained, but sometimes people still end up feeling unfulfilled and empty. And you remember how we talked about you developing other things except your physical accomplishments and your job accomplishments. You need to work on your internal so that it can be strong enough to even go through these times. And you remember, even there's a period where you're realizing that you're old, maybe you're starting to get some white hairs. Like, there's so many changes that come up and you need to be strong to deal with them. This is a stage even where most people quit their jobs. They're like, there must be more to life, and it's not this. I want to find out. Some people quit their jobs, some people divorce, some people travel, some people like start their businesses. Like, this is a stage where you realize that you don't have much time left and you might as well do the things that you love with the time you have left. You want to take more risks. If you are in the closet about your sexuality, this is the time even like most people come out, because you're like, I don't care, I want to live my truth, whatever. Because all through your life you could have lived through societal standards. Maybe you didn't develop into your authentic self, you didn't choose paths that you wanted, you just chose societal standards, you followed them because you wanted like to make people around you happy. But now you're unhappy and you want to be happy, so you're like, yeah, it's time to make me happy and I'm gonna do what I want. In here also, most moms start to feel like they neglected their needs for the sake of their families. They start to feel like they've neglected their needs to cater for everyone else. They've fulfilled the societal roles and responsibilities of caring, of getting married, of nurturing children, of supporting their husbands. And yeah, in the process they might have ended up neglecting their needs. And guys, our previous video also, I did a video on how to not lose yourself as a woman. So guys, kindly go watch it after this one. I'll attach it here. And they find that in meeting societal needs, maybe they neglected their own needs. Maybe they didn't go for that career they loved. Maybe they married someone because their family needed them to marry that person. Maybe they quit work to raise their kids. And when you start sacrificing yourself for the people you love, you end up hating the people you sacrificed yourself for. So you start getting resentment for sacrificing yourself, and even for your kids, for your husband. And the worst part is they might even tell you, we didn't ask you to leave school. So sometimes when you're making decisions as a person, make sure it's your decision and you're going to take the consequences with your full chest. Because if you decide to quit school to raise your kids, don't expect that they owe you an apology. You're the one who made that decision and you're the one who will face the consequences. And yeah, it's crazy like that. So guys, don't let things like marriage and childbearing and raising a family stand in the way of your dreams. I know family is important, but it's one of the vocations that you dedicate your life to, not the only vocation. Because your kids will grow up, your husband will grow old, and probably he followed his dreams and you didn't level up. So now you guys cannot even relate. That's why, guys, please be selfish with yourself, prioritize yourself, follow your dreams. Your kids, when they go to school, you go finish your degree. When your husband goes to work, you go to work, get your own bag. Like, let's keep leveling up together. These personal development things are the ones that even make you fulfilled in life. Don't give up on your hobbies, don't give up on your community, don't give up on your girlfriends, don't give up on your job, don't give up on your money, because you're a human being before you're someone's mom, you're a human being before you're someone's dad, you're a human being before you're someone's daughter. So in this stage also, kids have grown up, and this may cause turmoil in the family, because remember we talked about that parents may feel like they're being rejected by their kids when their kids are seeking freedom from them. And also when the kids move out, the parents now experience themselves for the first time in a long time. Like, we got married at 20, we got kids, we've been raising our kids, we've not had time to connect with ourselves. So now that the kids are out of the house, that's when we are experiencing ourselves for the first time in a long time. And we have grown, like, we might have grown each person differently, like in different directions. Without knowing it, both of them have changed. So it's up to them to cultivate like ways of knowing each other afresh, especially if they had neglected that part of themselves in the marriage. Like, even if kids come in, I think it's important to have your own projects as a couple, because it helps you stay together, as compared to you're just focused on the kids and now you grow apart. And now when the kids move out, you guys have drifted. You have to find a way of connecting again. And this is a stage where most marriages don't survive. And yeah, I didn't know that divorce was that rampant until I came abroad, because I'm like, gosh, everywhere I turn, I'm divorced, I'm divorced, I'm divorced. Yeah, but it's because people in this age, they just changed and their priorities have changed. Maybe they don't want the same things they wanted when they were 20. And they're like, I just gotta take a chance on myself. I don't have much time to be wasting. So yeah, bye. See you. You know. Here, there's a lot of changes. Like, this is even the time that most women experience menopause, and it comes with a lot of feelings that affect the self-image of the woman, especially if she had tied her value upon childbearing capacity and motherly roles, as she may feel that she's no longer needed. So see why, guys, I keep telling you to cultivate other things in your life. Yeah, let it not just be family raising, because that's not the only thing. And also physical appearance, when it starts to diminish, it also brings issues of self-esteem, especially to women. They now realize that, yeah, there's other younger women than them, and it also brings like issues of self image, and sometimes the self esteem of a woman may go down, especially if she had also tied her value on her physical attractiveness and sexuality. So guys, please keep cultivating other things about you, like your mind, your goals, your career, your hobbies. So if you end up tying so much value on your physical appearance, and then it starts to diminish, you might feel like you don't have anything else to offer, and that's when your self-esteem like may start to tank. Most people don't actually come to terms with the tragic loss of their youthfulness, and they may spend years and ages, like, and a lot of money trying to perpetuate their youthfulness. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like beauty procedures, because of course, even me, I don't mind doing them. But you may find like someone is 80 and they still want to do like a nose job, they want to do a boob job, a BBL. That's when you find like you're so focused on like making the outside appear good, but you're not working on the inside. And at some point, you have to accept that, yeah, age is catching up, like there's nothing really much you can do. I don't think I would be spending like millions of money on body procedures when I'm like 70. I want to do better things than that. Like, I'd rather be at an island somewhere. So in life, basically, is to avoid feeling like your self-esteem is going down the same way like your beauty is going down. It's important to cultivate a sense of authenticity and freedom. Like, chart your own path. Don't just follow societal expectations just because you are told go to nursing school. You went to nursing school. Marry at 20. You married at 20. Like, chart your own path. Go for your own dreams. Find out what you like. And when you cultivate things that are beyond your external validation, you are not so obsessed with a single pursuit of external accomplishments. Like, you also have other things that fulfill you. You just don't think that your beauty is the only thing that there is to you. That's why I keep telling you guys, like, let's cultivate our dreams, our goals. Let's not just be another pretty face. So, yeah, the more authentic you are, the more real you are with yourself, the easier it is to accept change. And I think it just comes with working on your self image and facing your traumas, guys. It really needs a lot of deep work with yourself and even acceptance of yourself, self validation. And yeah, with this, you accept change without like feeling very heartbroken or very disillusioned by how life is moving. And even when others' responses change towards you, because your self esteem is already high, your image about you doesn't change, and you're still able to go through life without having the opinions of others like affect you. Now they're starting to tell you, ah, when I'm there, sijui you're old, I don't know what, and now you start feeling bad. No, when you're rooted in your authenticity and your truth, you are confident in yourself and you're able to like shrug it off and move on with life like the queen you are. In this stage, the marriages that survived the precarious moment of like we don't know each other, we need to cultivate ourselves each other. The marriages that survive that part, they might end up being okay. They might end up like being better and deeper, and because partners here they seek each other more and they've learned like to just make you their person, like come to you and they need like companionship and all that. And in this stage also we are able to accept tragedy and loss without anger and the rage that we used to feel before, because you've seen people die and also you've come into terms with your own mortality and you've also seen that it's something that is gonna come, and so you're not so angry when it happens because you've seen it happen. Here we decide how we want to carry on with the rest of our lives, what we want to spend our time on in the remaining years. And also we reset meaningful goals. Like here we're not so obsessed with going for external accomplishments because probably we've already accomplished that. So yeah, guys, that's the end of this stage. So the next stage will be late adulthood, like 50 to 60s. And yeah, and then the last one will be the final phase. I think I'll just do another episode and combine them both. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, kindly comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. Like, please, that red button over there, just press it. It won't cost you nothing. And yeah, I'm just happy to see that we're growing. I will see you on the next video. Bye.